I pray on the hill in Brazil that Christ the Redeemer, but most kids worship us. I'm just warming up. I'm almost ready. Turn it up a bit more and have fun. Check me out, dog.
Follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on the streets in the heart of the jungle. Follow me into the jungle. Ain't no God on the streets in the heart of the jungle. Won't you follow me into the jungle?
If you'll join me in welcoming our new athletic director, Jim Barco.
1 year into his role as Director of Athletics, Jim Barco has taken the reins in leading Fresno State athletics into the future. In a year that saw transition, Barco was encouraged by the support from the community.
I mean, you walk around town, you go to Save Mart, you go to the store, you go to restaurants, people just say, hey, go Dogs, how can I help? That's when I knew people have a passion for Fresno State athletics.
While Barco realizes the abundance of tasks at hand, he says the main priority remains academic excellence for student athletes. Fresno State had a record year in the classroom, posting a department-wide 3.12 GPA, while also having 74 student athletes receive Mountain West Scholar Athlete honors.
Understand, graduation is the most important thing, because very few kids go pro. I think that's the biggest thing we have to get. I don't care if you're at Oregon, Alabama, Michigan, or Michigan State. Very few go pro. We're here to graduate them, make sure they're good leaders.
But Barco's expectations for excellence doesn't stop in the classroom.
We need to dominate top to bottom in the Mountain West. We have a great conference. We need every single year our teams, I hope our teams will compete for championships. You're not always going to win them, but we shouldn't be 10th and 11th every year either. We got to make sure that we compete. Our fans deserve it, our community deserves it, our president deserves it, and our student athletes deserve it.
Hoping to further empower the student athletes and coaches, Barco has overseen a number of facility upgrades in 2015. The tennis courts have been resurfaced. The floor of the North Gym, where volleyball and basketball teams practice, has been renovated. And construction is underway on Warmer Dam Field, where a $2.6 million facelift will take place for the track and field team. The soccer and lacrosse teams also broke in new locker rooms, as well as a resurfaced playing field. This is all in addition to Barco's biggest announcement of the year, the multi-year plan to renovate Bulldog Stadium.
We were very fortunate with our partners to have a new scoreboard put in, and they helped us out a lot in Learfield. But we have some work to do, and we have ways to go. It's not a fast-paced process. You know, we have some good leaders that are going to help make this project go forward. But hopefully, in 3 years, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be done. We'll be looking at a stadium that'll help generate revenue for all of our sports, top to bottom, and it's going to end for our fan experience.
The support of the community serves as the backbone of Bulldog athletics, and Barco knows that this is what will carry Fresno State into the future.
Have faith in us, because we need to do a great job to get out and make sure we hear your voices, and we hear your passion, and we make sure that your investment in our student athletes is worthwhile, and we're going to do the best we can to make sure you're proud of us.
As he heads into year 2, Barco remains humbled and optimistic by the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
I'm honored to be here, honored to kind of lead this department with great people and great coaches, great student athletes, and the best times are ahead of us.
Well, there are a few things that kind of attracted me to Fresno. Obviously, Coach DeRuiter. Talking to a lot of people that I've been with in the profession, speak really highly of him. And then having the opportunity to come in and implement an offense where I think we'll have some success and a lot of fun, and be able to recruit a lot of great players to California and obviously Fresno. And there's a lot of good things we can get done here, but a lot of it had to do with the people in the building, starting with Coach DeRuiter. We're going to create the environment, we're going to create the culture of having up-tempo, fast. We're going to play with fanatical effort, because effort has nothing to do with how many stars you are on Rivals. It doesn't matter what your 40 time is. Effort and enthusiasm and energy just comes from who you are, and you bring that to the table. I want people to know that we're going to play fast, we're going to play physical, we're going to make plays, we're going to play with confidence, and from our tempo and the way we're going to run fast, we're going to wear people down and we'll get them going in the second half. We'll get stronger and hopefully score some more points in the second half to finish strong in the fourth quarter. I've been very, very fortunate to be around some really, really solid, some of the best coaches in the game. And I think as you kind of go through your career and each stop you make, the things that you like, and you kind of gravitate toward those coaches, you kind of pull it and kind of put it in your little folder, and you kind of build your reputation, your repertoire based on all the experience you have with these other coaches. One of them is someone who played here and actually Coach Jeff Tedford, who was I would say definitely one of my mentors. He was very instrumental in bringing me along in the game. I spent 6 years with him at Cal, and he's been unbelievable from that regard. I would also say, Dan Hawkins, he was at Boise State for a long time, went to Colorado with him, and just the type of father he is, the kind of man he is. He's very intelligent when it comes to the game of football, and I think you have to have that balance. You have to have that family life balance, and you have to have a football life balance, and that's kind of where those two guys are really, instrumental. The effort and the energy and the passion you're going to get every day from me, it's not because it's a choice. When I get out of bed every day and I put my feet on the ground, I have a decision to make on my attitude and my effort and what I want to do every day. And there's no doubt, 100%, from day till night, the time I go to bed, I'll be committed to getting Fresno State's offense going in the right direction and getting these kids to believe in what we're doing, and hopefully you'll see that product on the field.
Bulldog Stadium has served as the root of the Valley's football pride since 1980. The foundation laid by legends of the past has empowered the Bulldogs of now to continue the home-winning tradition. The house that Sweeney built has left opponents battled bruised, and defeated. The roar of the red wave reverberates within the bowl after each crossing into the checkered haven. Fresno State football at Bulldog Stadium, soaring high into the future.
We got a young team and moving forward, really excited to teach them and for them to learn what they need to do to take this program to the next level. You know, we're just going to work each and every day to get 1% better. That's kind of the standard set right now.
Luke's a lot different from our old coach. He brings different things to the table. A lot kind of calmer and more methodical, so that could bring a lot of advantage for us. And he looks like he's really motivated and he knows what we want to do, and we have the same goals.
We've been working hard, so I think in the conference tournament we could do good.
As a team, our goal's got to be win conference and get to NCAAs. I think we can do that. We got a good group of guys that are all working hard and are in shape right now, and I feel like we're really going to peak towards the end of the season when conference comes around, and we'll just keep getting better and better.
We're in the process of changing the culture, and it's working. We got a group of guys that are dedicated, they're willing to listen, and they have great attitudes. These guys, they've laid the groundwork, they put in the time, and we're just going to continue to go to work and see what we can produce.
My last season, so I feel in a great shape, and I think I could do or compete with anyone in the country, so I'll try my best to play the best as I can.
For me individually, I want to keep playing at one, singles and doubles, get some good wins under my belt. So I've got a lot of opportunities playing good schools to try and get some nationally ranked wins.
The journey's fun, and you know, the success will come down the road, but we're just going to enjoy the journey and enjoy learning and getting better each day.
Would you please rise and remove your caps, if necessary, and turn your attention to the flag above Section 109 as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem performed this afternoon by the Bulldog Beat. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's Mountain West Conference game between the San Jose State Spartans and your Fresno State Bulldogs. Now let's meet the starters. First, for San Jose State, that 4'6'9" senior from Salinas. Brian Welledge. And another forward, a 6'8" freshman from West De Pere, Wisconsin, number 33, Cody Schwartz. At a guard, a 6'6" freshman from Champaign, Illinois, number 0, J.C. Hillsman. And at another guard, a 6'2" junior from San Antonio, Texas, number 20, Isaac Thornton. The Spartans are coached by Dave Wojcik. He's assisted by Mike McCord, Rodney Kitchen, and Tyler Ogen.
The freshman from Indiana who catches left block, backs down Edo, jump hook over him, and it's goaltended by Torrin Jones. Edo altered it. I don't think it was going to go in, but Torrin Jones, by the time he came with the help defense and swatted it out, it was on a downward path toward the hoop.
You saw immediately they go work inside to Ryan Welledge at 6'9". He's very long, shooting a jump hook. It Was an obvious goal attempt, but again, Welledge getting inside, being able to shoot over Edo.
That means it's 2-0 Spartans. The other way, Marvell Harris off the dribble. His 20-footer answers the bell. We're tied at 2, a minute gone by. The other starter for San Jose State is the freshman from West Des Peres, Wisconsin, Cody Schwartz at 6'8", 205. They join Frank Rogers, the 6'9" senior, a transfer from San Francisco. Here's Hillsman at the left elbow. Over to the left wing, Rogers going to try the deep lefty three. Off the mark, altered by Jones. Harris the rebound. Jones running the floor, but Marvell didn't want to risk that long pass. Now he tries to thread it in the post on the bounce to Jones and skips it past him out of bounds. Turnover. San Jose State has it back. Dave Wojcik, the head coach of the Spartans, who are wearing the blue uniforms. San Jose State written in gold capital letters across the chest. The numbers for the Spartans, white this afternoon. The Bulldogs in their home whites with the red numerals and a black shadow. Cody Schwartz with it, top of the key. Gets it on the left wing for Welledge. Outside the arc, guarded by Edo. Now to the top for Rogers. Around the horn it comes Thornton on the right wing. Drives left, stops at the elbow, leans in against Guerrero. Back to Welledge, 3 on the way. A brick off the backboard in the rim. Tipped up in the air by Rogers, kept alive, and Cody Schwartz saves it for San Jose State. Another Spartan possession.
Not surprising. Spartans can rebound well. They out-rebounded Wyoming by 17 in their last outing.
Now a big collision on the left side of the lane, and Isaac Thornton comes away holding his right temple. He and Guerrero hit heads against each other as Thornton tried to drive it in. Foul called on the floor. First personal on Cesar Guerrero. First team foul as well. We're tied at 2. 2 minutes gone by.
Not surprised both teams playing man for man. That's their principle. They like to play man for man, preferably.
Hillsman on the perimeter for San Jose State. Gives it up to Welledge. Open for 3 around the screen. A locks down a long 2. His foot was over the line, but Frank Rogers looked like Joe Bernardi or a big offensive lineman clearing it out from him. We're going to hear from Joe at halftime.
We've seen Welledge inside and outside score. There's the versatility of that freshman player.
4-2 Spartans, and now nearly a turnover. Edo a little careless with a perimeter pass. Tried to hand off to Harris, but it was deflected out of bounds by the Spartans. Karachi comes to the bench. Colin Russo in for the first time for Fresno State, the 6'9" junior who's been coming on strong in recent weeks. 4-2, San Jose State on top. Guerrero with it between the circles. Dribbles right, all the way to the baseline right side. Stops, backhand bounce pass for Jones. Missed him. It scoots through to Cody Schwartz of San Jose State. He pushes ahead. Thornton right baseline corner. Reverses for Schwartz, launching the deep 3. Off the rim in the glass. Another rebound for Torrin Jones of the Bulldogs.
Spartans will spread you out. They like to shoot the 3. That was well defended that time. Fresno State also getting up on the glass.
Colin Russo driving right side of the lane, draws contact on Thornton as he scooped it toward the rim, and Colin will go to the line for 2. First personal foul on Isaac Thornton, the junior out of San Antonio.
You can just see Colin Russo growing as the season has moved forward. He's getting much better offensively. He's been there defensively most of the campaign, but his offensive game is really coming around. That was a great drive to the basket, forcing action and drawing the foul.
First free throw goes around the rim and out, but then back in again off the window. So Cohen will take it, can tie the game with the second foul shot. San Jose State subbing early. Going to the bench are Hillsman and Thornton. In for San Jose State, Princeton Onwis, the 6'7" senior, a transfer from Utah. As the second free throw is missed badly, way off right. Also into the game for the Spartans, Gary Williams Jr., a junior out of Oakland. 4-3 Spartans, 3 minutes expired now. Onwis catches top of the key, curls around a Rogers screen. It's a moving screen on Rogers, says Randy Heimerman, one of our 3 officials this afternoon. Eric Curry, Rob Kruger, the other 2. Bulldogs have it back, down by 1.
And that's a area that they're looking at very carefully. If you don't have your feet planted and you're setting a screen on top, if you're moving a little bit, you're going to be called for an illegals pick.
Bulldogs on offense. Torrin Jones with a dribble handoff to Watson at the top of the key. Hesitation dribble, drives on Schwartz, up over Schwartz, off the glass and in. A physical finish from Watson, who was bodied up by the 6'8" freshman.
Yeah, he was, you're right. That was just an overpowering move by Paul Watson. He took Schwartz to school there, going right to the goal and powering up and scoring easily.
So the Bulldogs by 1. Gary Williams penetrating the other way, now pulls it back on the perimeter. 5-4 Fresno State, 16:30 to go first half. Williams gives it up to Schwartz on the right wing, 10 to shoot. Schwartz driving on Watson, trying to return the favor. Hangs on the baseline, misses an 8-footer, rebounded by Jones. Quick outlet to Guerrero, who pushes it up the floor. Spartans get back on defense as Russo's left open, left side for 3. Too strong off the back iron, but an offensive board. Torrin Jones finds Watson in the right baseline corner. Watson crosses over Schwartz, stops at the paint, reverses outside for Jones. to Guerrero, top of the key, 3 on the way, short off the front rim, rebound to Rogers of San Jose State.
Dogs got their look. They did a good job with Torrin Jones getting him an offensive rebound. They want Guerrero to take that shot. That time, though, he was just not able to score.
4 minutes gone by. Bulldogs 5, Spartans 4. San Jose State with it on the perimeter. Williams reverses to Wellage, top of the key. The quick trigger 3, left it short, but an offensive board for Onwis. Bounced way off the rim, about 10 feet out to Onwis, a muscular 6'7" senior. He gives it up to Schwartz, left wing, guarded by Watson, looking inside, tries to lob it into Onwis, who was grabbed by Guerrero. That's going to be the second personal on Caesar, and he'll likely be on the bench when we come back from this timeout. 15:31 to go first half. Bulldogs with an early 5-4 lead over San Jose State. It's Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports. On top of San Jose State, 5-4 early. You heard our tip-off brought to you by the therapy specialists at Cahuilla Delta Medical Center. We're sponsored today also by Bud Light, reminding fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And for Pepsi, all for basketball, brought to you by Pepsi, official sponsor of your Fresno State Bulldogs. Subs off the Bulldog bench, Julian Lewis, the senior, in place of Cesar Guerrero, and Terrell Carter, the 6'10 sophomore, replaces Torrin Jones. Spartans with the ball, down by 1. They work it into the block, right side for Onwis. Guarded by Lewis, back out Wellage, a pump fake, penetrates, nearly throws it away, but Frank Rogers saves it, dumps it down low, and there's a foul called. Paul Watson caught grabbing on Brandon Clark, the 6'8 freshman and fellow Arizonan who just checked into the game. Clark out of Phoenix, played for the Thunder of Desert Vista High. A great shot blocker at 6'8", Randy.
Yeah, Brandon Clark has a chance to be a star. He's very long and around the basket he finishes, and as you said, he can reject shots defensively.
Spartans work it to Onwis, right baseline, guarded by Lewis, out to Wellage, another 3 on the way, missed that one too, rebounded by Marvell Harris. Wellage isn't shy about putting him up. He's 0 for 3 from downtown. Did make a long 2-pointer just inside the line. Terrell Carter catching on the left baseline, powering up, missed it, but Colin Russo dunks it back in. Carter did a good job of bowling his way in there. Couldn't finish, but Russo cleaned it up for him.
Yeah, normally Carter does finish, and you're right, Russo hanging around with a powerful finish. That was an impressive putback by Russo.
Now the other way, a shot blocked by Marvell Harris as Gary Williams Jr. drove, then came down with the blocked shot on the end line, so that's a turnover to Fresno State. Bulldogs have it, 7-4 is their lead.
Now you have Marvell at the point with Guerrero on the bench with the 2 fouls, so it'll be Harris that'll be orchestrating the offense.
With Julian Lewis, Colin Russo, Paul Watson, and Terrell Carter on the floor. Harris takes it at the top of the key, crosses over, pulls up from 20, and nails another. A long 2 in the face of Princeton Onwis. Marvell Harris, who scored 26 last time out against Boise State, has 4 early ones tonight, and he's rebounding the ball well also.
Yeah, he does look refreshed. He's very active, Marvell Harris, and when your star is that active, that's always a good sign.
Spartans on the perimeter. Onwis takes a deep 3, NBA range, misses it off the back iron. Paul Watson tips the rebound to Russo. Bulldogs have it again, leading 9-4. They're on a 7-0 run. Lewis catches left baseline. His shot deflected and a foul called. Gary Williams Jr. got him on the wrist, and Julian Lewis who shot it from about 6 feet out on the left baseline, will get 2 free throws. The Spartans are going to bring in Leon Bana for the first time, a big redshirt freshman out of Germany, 6'11", 255 pounds.
Julian Lewis has got his overall shooting percentage up to 44%. Early in the year, he settled a little bit for three-point shots, but we all know in the mid-range game, Julian Lewis is a very good shooter. He has stopped shooting threes for the most part, and now that he's been playing to his strengths, his percentages, his offense coming around, this is an area that he needs to improve on. He has shot below par at the free throw line, and you would expect that he could be a very good foul shooter.
Switch the first, here's the second. That one around the rim, and it drops. A 9-0 Bulldog run over the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. The Spartans have gone cold. That Bulldog D clamping down. San Jose State has missed 6 straight shots and 8 out of its last 9. 11-4, Fresno State on top, 13:45 to go first half. Onwes on the right wing, gets it to Thornton up top. Penetration back out to Onwes, who lost it out of bounds. He was looking up, and the ball trickled between the wickets right to the Bulldog bench. Another Spartan turnover. And the Bulldogs have the ball in a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Spartans, even though they won their last game against Wyoming, turned it over 22 times. If they're going to stay with the Dogs today, they can ill afford to turn it over like that.
Harris nearly got away with a carry on the perimeter. Bounces into the block for Carter. A jump stop, kicks it out to Lewis, right baseline. Driving on Thornton, and he stepped out of bounds. Julian Lewis bumped on the end line by Thornton. No foul call, but a turnover as the Spartans get it back, trailing by 7. And Cody Schwartz comes back in. Leon Bana's stay on the floor was quite short-lived.
Really was. You really love what the Bulldogs are doing defensively. They're playing man for man with Russo out in front, going up against Wellage. They've really tightened the screws on the Spartans in recent minutes.
Schwartz on the perimeter, swings left wing for Thornton, fakes right, dribbles left, crashes into Lewis, reverses out to Wellage. Guarded 30 feet away by Terrell Carter. Wellage picks up the dribble. Carter closes out, harassing him as finally Thornton catches the ball at the top of the key. And now a foul called. Wellage got the foul sold on Carter. Those two were bumping outside the three-point arc. Wellage didn't have the ball but was trying to fight his way to position. And the fans appreciate the hustle and energy of Terrell Carter off the Bulldog bench.
Yeah, he really looked good. Everyone looks refreshed for Fresno State. You know, a couple times they've thrown in a wrinkle with some zone, but primarily man for man. But they have shown the zone at times as well to throw the Spartans off.
Spartans haven't scored in nearly 5 minutes. They wait to inbound. It's lobbed into Wellage, who catches left wing, guarded now by Edo, who just replaced Carter. Now to Onwes, top of the arc, swings right side for Thornton, guarded by Harris, dribbles around a Schwartz screen, nearly loses it, back out to Schwartz on the perimeter. Schwartz to the left wing for Onwes, facing up Lewis, penetrates, lost the handle, stolen by Marvell Harris, racing the other way, past Thornton, reverse layup, good. Finish with the left hand at the rim, Marvell Harris with 6 points. Bulldogs have scored 11 in a row.
That's where the Dogs get a lot of their offense, off of forcing turnovers and going into transition the other way.
And now an offensive foul called on San Jose State. Dave Wojcik, the Spartan coach, can't believe it. It looks like it's called on his point guard, Thornton, throwing a moving screen in the paint. That's going to be the second on Isaac Thornton, 4th team foul.
And if you're Fresno State, you've got to love the way the game is flowing. You're scoring at the offensive end. You're getting the looks you want, and defensively, you have completely stymied San Jose State for 7.5 minutes.
Dave Wojcik really upset with that call. He didn't see what Thornton did. Harris off the dribble, misses from 3. Offensive board Edo, and a fresh shot clock for the Bulldogs. 12:15 remaining, first half. 13-4, Fresno State leads. Lewis bounces into the post for Jones. Jump hook over Wellage, left it short. Rebound to Brandon Clark of San Jose State. Spartan's scoring drought has now reached nearly 6 minutes and nearly a turnover as a baseline pass by Thornton deflected out of bounds by Julian Lewis. If he hadn't touched it, I don't know if it would have reached its intended target. Hillsman returns, the thick 6'6" freshman out of Illinois, along with Frank Rogers, the southpaw senior out of Salinas by way of USF. He's the Spartans' leading scorer on the year.
Yeah, the Spartans need to get Frank Rogers going. You're right, he's their leader. He's a guy that's versatile. He can do it inside or out, and so far he's really been shut down.
Hillsman driving to the bucket, and he guides in a layup with the left hand from the right side of the rim. 13-6. Spartans had not scored in 5 minutes and 51 seconds before getting that bucket. 13-6 Bulldogs. Watson takes it between the circles, guarded by Schwartz, hands off to Harris, motioning left. Crossover by Marvell, spins it into the post for Torrin Jones, and an offensive foul called on Torrin, trying to clear Rogers off his back and establish position in the paint. He got a little too demonstrative, so he picks up his first personal, 15 foul. takes us to another timeout. You keep mentioning that word refreshed, Randy. It's pretty clear that this is an energized team that hasn't had a game all week.
Yeah, and especially at the defensive end. They've made everything difficult for San Jose State, minus that last beautiful drive by Hillsman. Other than that, Fresno State's been beautiful defensively for over 7 minutes.
11:36 remaining, first half. Bulldogs 13, Spartans 6. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports. At the Save Mart Center, Bulldogs pressing out of the timeout, and a foul in transition. Julian Lewis could not hold up, bumps into Cody Schwartz of San Jose State. That'll be the first personal on Juice. 6th team foul. Spartans will inbound, trailing the Dogs 13-6. We're brought to you by Paul Everett's RV Country. We sell family fun for less. Spartans with the basketball. They're just 3 of 11 from the floor so far, 0 for 6 from outside the three-point line. Schwartz with it left wing. Gets it to Rogers, top of the key, to Hillsman. Around the horn it comes to Onwis in the right baseline corner. Back out Hillsman. Fakes right, drives left. Scoop shot, altered by Watson. Lands air ball in the arms of Rogers, who waits his time. Powers back up, misses it. Brandon Clark with a putback. He gets it to fall, plus a foul. Too many chances for the Spartans. Got a couple misfires from point-blank range, and it works into their favor as the freshman Clark has an opportunity here at a three-point play.
Fresno State is the best offensive rebounding team in the Mountain West Conference. But San Jose State took a major page out of their book, and they just crashed the boards. And again, you can't say enough about this freshman, Brandon Clark. At 6'8", 205-pound freshman, so long. And again, he's a terrific finisher around the basket, and he was not going to be denied. He got the ball back, went up strong, and put it away beautifully.
But he misses his free throw. Rebound to Lionel Ellison, who just checked in for Fresno State for the first time. Ellison, the 6'2 junior out of New Orleans, handles the ball in the forecourt. Gets it to Jones, top of the key. Hand off to Lewis, motioning through. Julian at the right elbow. Backs it out, facing up Hillsman, surveying the scene. Swings left wing Ellison at the three-point arc. Shaking and baking on Schwartz. Drives to the baseline. And a foul called. Blocking foul on Cody Schwartz. Ellison at 6'2 had the quickness edge on the 6'8 freshman. First personal on Schwartz, 15 foul on San Jose State. 13-8, Bulldogs lead. On the floor with Ellison, Harris, Lewis, Edo, and Jones. Lionel to trigger it in on the baseline behind the Bulldog hoop. Still looking, has to find someone and doesn't. 5-second violation. The ball turned over to San Jose State, and Rodney Terry not at all enthused.
Dave Wojcik is, though. That's terrific defense by the Spartans. There was really nowhere for Ellison to go. He had to eat it, and it was a 5-second foul. And give credit to San Jose. That's tightening the screws back on the Dogs.
Spartans on offense. They've scored 4 straight to get within 5. Schwartz has it left wing. Edo on him. Dribbles around a screen from Clark. Launching for 3, and he makes. That was a moving screen if ever there were one on Clark. He sealed off Edo twice, but they didn't catch that, and Schwartz able to deliver from 3. The first made three-pointer for San Jose State. All of a sudden, the Spartans have trimmed that lead all the way to 2.
Well, Schwartz has knocked down 27 threes this year. He can shoot it from out there. Both Schwartz and Welch, the freshman, capable beyond the arc.
Marvell Harris with a great spin move in the paint. They call an offensive foul as Onwis went flying. Very minimal contact. Harris spun past him into the paint, But Onwis, who's big and physical, has the biggest biceps on the floor. He just threw his body toward the baseline as Harris went the other way, and they called an offensive foul on Harris. 13-11, Bulldogs lead. Spartans with a bit of a run. They've scored 7 in a row over the last 2 minutes.
And it's the Spartans defensively that are sealing off the Bulldogs and forcing mistakes.
That foul on Harris was his first. Now a steal, nearly a steal by Torrin Jones, but it ends up in the hands of Hillsman. Another chance for the Spartans. Rogers for 3. Missed it off the back iron and boarded by Torrin Jones of Fresno State. Here's Harris hustling up the right side of the floor. Picks up the bounce of the three-point line to Jones in the high post. Facing up Clark. One power dribble. Goes the other way. Shoots over Clark. Won't go, but he's fouled. That time when Torrin Jones caught the ball, he had that look in his eye. You knew he was going to go to the rim and get himself either a bucket or some foul shots.
Well, the greatest difference between this Fresno State team and squads of in recent years is they are dedicated to getting the ball in the low block and winning the battle in the paint. And they're doing a terrific job, again, finding the interior players. That time it was Torrin Jones who really wanted the basketball and went up strong.
One of the things the Bulldogs worked on this week in practice with a little extra practice time was foul shooting. As Jones delivers on the first, they're now 4 of 5 as a team at the line. Jones has 4 rebounds to lead everybody on the floor. Torrin's second free throw around the rim and out, boarded by Clark of San Jose State. Bulldogs by 3, 14-11. 9.5 minutes left in this first half.
Yeah, this has been a defensive battle, a grinder, not the offensive fireworks we might have thought early coming in.
Hillsman launching for 3, and the lefty gets one from way downtown. We've got a tie ball game. The freshman J.C. Hillsman delivering. 14 each. Marvell Harris outside the arc, driving right side of the lane, leans in past Onwis. Looked like he was fouled, no whistle, but on the putback try, Torrin Jones is bumped by the Spartans. 5th rebound for Torrin Jones. The foul goes on Brandon Clark, the freshman. That's 2 on him as he joins Thornton in that department. And Torrin Jones will head to the line. Did they call that a shooting foul or on the floor?
I think it was on the ground, but it's they're over the limit. It's 1-1, and you love the fact how Torrin Jones really wants the basketball off the glass, whether it's a defensive rebound or an offensive rebound. He is really going up, and he's going hard for those rebounds, and he's most of the time going to get him. He's a very good rebounder, one of the best in the Mountain West.
They did call it on the floor, so it's a 1-1, not a 2-shot foul, but Jones turns it into a 2-shot foul by draining the first. 15-14 Bulldogs, 9:08 remaining first half. 7 team fouls on San Jose State, 8 on Fresno State. And they had to mop up a little wet spot under the hoop, so a little delay for Torrin Jones. Maybe they want me to tell you, we're sponsored today by Sinlawn. Artificial grass never looks so natural. Second free throw, perfect for Jones. Bulldogs with a 2-point lead, 16-14. They pressure a little bit in the backcourt. Ellison guarding Onwis as he works it up the floor. Onwis bumped by Ellison near midcourt, and there's foul number 9. Onwis lowered the shoulder, tried to break past Lionel. There was a lot of contact, and as a result, Onwis will head to the line for a 1-1. Mentioned it, the specimen that Princeton Onwis is, Randy, 6'7", 220. You look at him facially, and he looks like he's kind of slender, but then you see those bulging biceps. As he misses the free throw, the rebound knocked out of bounds by Marvell Harris, and San Jose State gets another possession.
Well, Onwis has been moved to the point guard position. He was an off guard. He's been playing point guard for 5 games now, and he's made San Jose State a better team. And I think one of the things the Bulldogs are trying to do is pressure the basketball in front, forcing him into turnovers, and so far he has not turned the ball over.
And that move was necessitated by the injury to Jalen James. Here's Schwartz trying to jumper from the right wing, off the mark, boarded by Russo. The outlet to Ellison. Bulldogs with the ball in a 2-point lead, 16-14. Ellison, Russo, Harris, Jones, and Watson, the 5 on the floor for Fresno State. Ellison facing up Hillsman, driving to the baseline, and a foul on Hillsman. At 235 pounds, Hillsman having a hard time of matching the quickness and shiftability of Lionel Ellison, the 6'2 junior. And he'll be at the line for a 1-1 after the 8th Spartan team foul. Lionel, a 70% foul shooter on the year, has the first one rim out, but an offensive board. Torrin Jones powers back up, blocked by Bana. Gets it back again, tries to pass out of there to Russo, and he throws it away. Threw it to the scorer's table. Almost hit our friend Justin Allegri calling the game on the San Jose State Spartan side.
Well, Justin will be happy about Bana's block. It was a terrific rejection. He's a guy that played only 9 games last year with a season-ending ankle injury, and he does give him a defensive presence and more size inside for the Spartans, and you saw it there with that block.
16-14, Fresno State. Off balance, Wellage launching from 3, misses it. Offensive board, Bonner stripped as he tried to go back up. Bulldogs have it the other way. Marvell Harris slows it down to set up the half court. Shaking and baking on Onwes, driving, bumped, no whistle. He banks it in anyway, falling down on the right baseline. What a finish by the senior Marvell Harris. He has 8 to lead all scorers, and the Dogs are up 4. Onwes the other way, dishes underneath Bonner. He missed a dunk. The freshman missed a dunk. Harris ahead of the pack the other way. A transition 3, missed it. Rebound to Bonner, nearly taken away by Watson, but the Spartans have it. Now the pace picking up a little bit. Wellage into the forecourt. The long, lanky freshman for San Jose State at 6'9", gives it up to Onwes, who has it near midcourt.
Yeah, the Bulldogs want that pace. Certainly San Jose State likes it the way it is, slowing it down a little bit.
Onwes penetrating, kicking to Wellage. Baseline jumper, missed it, gets his own rebound, bumps into Jones. Couldn't get the shot, no foul call either. Bulldogs have it the other way. Wojcik pleading for a foul from the officials. There was a lot of contact, but it looked like Wellage was creating it. The Spartans again have missed 5 straight shots, but the Bulldogs have only made 1 of their last 6. 18-14 Fresno State at the 7-minute mark. Harris gets it to Russo on the left wing, to the corner left side. Watson driving on Schwartz, pulls up in the lane. The 8-footer wouldn't fall. Sat on the rim, but wouldn't drop the right way. Hillsman takes it away for San Jose State. San Jose State with a big lineup up there, Randy. The shortest guy is Hillsman at 6'6". He's a big, beefy one at 235.
Well, when your point guard Onwes is 6'7", you're going to be big.
Wellage continues to fire away from 3, misfires again, and now a push-off foul on Leon Bonner of San Jose State trying to get position. That's going to leave the Bulldogs with a 1-1 when we come back from this timeout. 6:40 remaining in the first half at the Save Mart Center. A defensive first half. The Spartans shooting just 26%. The Bulldogs 38%. It's Fresno State on top, 18-14. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
A big, warm, solar negotiators. You want to be welcome to Francisco Rosas.
Half of the Save Mart Center. We're brought to you today by Bud Light, reminding fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. And by Producers Dairy, over 75 years of the highest quality dairy products. On the floor for the Bulldogs, Paul Watson, Colin Russo, Marvell Harris, Julian Lewis, and Torrin Jones, who's at the foul line for a 1-1. Terrell Carter waiting at the scorer's table to check in. Torrin's free throw, a perfect swish. Earns him 1 more. Jones now 4 of 5 at the line. And how about the rebound total? Torrin Jones in this first half already has 9 boards. Second free throw. That one's a swish as well. So Jones up to 5 points, 9 boards. He'll take a rest as Terrell Carter, the 6'10 sophomore, returns. Bulldogs by 6, 20-14.
Yeah, and Torrance really improved at the free throw line, made those critical foul shots to beat UNLV in Las Vegas, and his confidence is growing as a foul shooter. We know as a rebounder, he's already there. I'm not surprised with the 9 boards. He has been very, very electric off the glass.
Hillsman driving to the baseline on Watson, a foul called. Eric Curry calls the foul. Watson arguing it, and Curry getting a little angry that his call was questioned. I won't make a comment. Paul Watson heads to the toward the Bulldog bench after his second personal. And it looks like he will come out as J.C. Hillsman heads to the line. The southpaw gets a friendly roll on the first. First made free throw for San Jose State. They had 2 one-shot opportunities. Clark had an and one that he missed. Onwas missed the front end of a 1-and-1. Now Hillsman able to connect, and his second free throw, no good, too strong. But he gets his own rebound as he took it away from Terrell Carter, the free throw shooter, crashing the boards. 20-15, Bulldogs in front. Hillsman catches left wing, fakes left, dribbles right, picks it up now. Harassed by Lewis, gives it up to Wellage left wing, behind him for Williams. Williams at the top of the key, guarded by Harris. Gets it to the elbow, leaves behind for Schwartz. 1 dribble and a 3 on the way, too strong. Rebound by Colin Russo. Boy, the Spartans sure put it up out there. They're now 2 for 12 from 3 in this first half.
Yeah, but the Bulldog perimeter defense has been outstanding in the first half. That is the Spartans game, and now they go into zone, a 2-3 zone.
2-3 zone with Williams at Schwartz. A lot of length up top. Rogers anchoring down low. Terrell Carter at the right block, double teamed, passes out of it to Lewis, who dribbles in on the baseline, spins past Wellage, finds Russo at the foul line. Cullen gets it to Carter, left block, and he had a travel. As he caught the ball, Randy Heimerman thought that he moved the foot in an illegal fashion, so it's back to the Spartans with 5:35 left in a low-scoring first half. Bulldogs 20, Spartans 15.
Bulldogs moved the ball well against the zone. Russo had a 15-footer in the middle of that zone, decided not to take the shot.
Williams attacking the paint, misses it. Good box out by Terrell Carter for that defensive rebound. Here comes Marvell Harris, left wing, right down the paint, challenging Rogers up over him and off the window and in. 10 points for the senior Marvell Harris. He's 5 of 8. Bulldogs back ahead by 7.
Well, Bulldogs got out on the break and not allowing San Jose State to set up as Harris in transition was able to score.
Russo gambles for the steal, doesn't get it. Wellage a behind the back pass to the corner for Hillsman. He steps back into a lefty 3 and drains it. J.C. Hillsman coming on strong for the Spartans. The freshman up to 9 points off the bench. Actually, he started today. And San Jose State back in within 4 at the 4:45 mark first half.
He's a 26% three-point shooter, but he's dropped in a couple bombs that have really helped the Spartans get going offensively here late in the half.
Harris catches right wing. A lot of contact with Hillsman, no whistle. Marvell steps back, says, I don't care, I'll take the 3 this way. From deep on the right wing, Marvell Harris up to 13 points in the game, and that touchdown lead re-emerges.
Well, Marvell Harris is going to get his points. He's one of the premier players in the conference. You will not stop him.
25-18, and now a travel called on Schwartz, who is trapped by a couple Bulldogs. San Jose State will get Onwas back in as Gary Williams Jr. heads to the Pines. 4:19 remaining first half. Bulldogs 25, San Jose State 18. Mentioned that touchdown lead. I bet you're dying for a playoff update at halftime.
Well, I kind of know it. I was sneaky and I peeked.
Well, don't give it away.
I'm not going to give it away. You just teased him with the halftime.
Spartans in a 2-3 zone. Bulldogs get it to Carter at the foul line. Bounces right block for Russo. Cullen backs out, shoots a 12-footer, fading away and nails it. Colin Russo showing some touch. He's got 5 points, 5 boards. Bulldogs have their biggest lead in a while. Actually, it matches their biggest lead of the ballgame, 9 points.
Again, the Bulldog bench is always a factor, and Russo's come in and played well.
Now a steal by Julian Lewis. He's got a 2-on-1 with Harris. Challenges Rogers instead. Tried to throw it down, and instead he got thrown down. Rogers at 6'9", a big imposition in front of that basket. But Lewis went up in the air, cocked the ball behind his head, was going to throw it down until Rogers knocked him to the ground. And Juice pops up looking okay, but you talk about some confidence to even think of trying that move at that point.
Scary, though.
Shows some chutzpah.
Yeah, it did, and you're just happy to see Julian Lewis get up and smile because he took a big-time shot. Now, Frank Rogers was legally going after him. It was nothing dirty, but it was a little bit disconcerting, really, with the way he got hit going up and how hard he went down.
Fresno State's new football assistant coaches being introduced here at the Save Mart Center. You heard from the coordinators, Lorenzo Ward and Eric Keesaw. Mark Weber, the new offensive line coach, was the offensive line coach on that 2005 Bulldog team that nearly beat USC in the Coliseum. And former Bulldog player Joe Bernardi, the new tight end coach. They're all at midcourt right now. We need to take a break. Dogs 27, Spartans 18. We'll be back. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
7 seasons as South Carolina's defensive coordinator will be the Bulldogs' new defensive coordinator. A big red wave welcome to Eric Keesaw and Lorenzo Ward. And it's great to see Joe Bernardi and Mark Weber here as well. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's good to go in long when they're having fouls.
Center, Julian Lewis showing no ill effects of that hard collision with the hardwood here at the Save Mart Center. Knocks down both foul shots. Bulldogs have their first double-digit lead of the afternoon, 29-18. Spartans trying to climb back into it. Hillsman in the front court, hands off to Onwis, guarded by Lewis between the circles. 3.5 minutes to play in the half, and now a Spartan turnover. They say tipped by Ellison. Onwis's pass was wide of Schwartz, who reached out, didn't get it, but Rob Kruger, the official, says Ellison got a fingertip on it, so the Spartans maintain possession with 12 on the shot clock.
Can't say enough about the perimeter defense of Fresno State. Just very difficult for the Spartans on the perimeter. Again, they live out there with a lot of shots.
Wellage driving on Russo, left baseline, has to get it up to beat the shot clock, and does. Pretty shot from the left baseline, spinning, fading, and knocking it down in the face of Russo. Ryan Wellage, the freshman, up to 6 points for San Jose State. The Spartans back in that 2-3 zone. Bulldogs by 9, 3 minutes to play. Russo inside the zone, down low. Edo, layup good. Edo could have dunked it, but he caught with his back to the basket on the right block. Didn't know there were no Spartans around him, so he took the safe route and banked it in for 2.
Yeah, the ball movement was exquisite against the zone. That's how you beat a zone. Don't dribble against it, pass, and they passed it well and found Edo inside.
We're brought to you by EECU with pride, integrity, and teamwork for more than 80 years. Spartans on offense. Onwas posting up Lewis, right block. Spins it out to Wellage. A 3 on the way, left side. In and out. He's 0 for 6 out there. Rebound to Ellison of Fresno State. Lionel ahead to Russo. Right baseline corner. Pump fake. Now he drives. Dishes underneath for Edo. Off his hands to Wellage of San Jose State. Good idea by Russo. Didn't quite finish the pass. An 11-point Bulldog lead. 2:15 to go in the half. Left block, it's Wellage catching on Russo, backing him down, jump hook over Colin, and he gets the roll. Ryan Wellage, never afraid to shoot. He's up to 8 points, 4 of 12 from the floor in this first half.
Yeah, but you like his skill, Paul. You know he can knock down threes, although he hasn't here today, and he's doing a nice job inside with that jump hook.
And he's in the middle of the zone down low as Lewis catches left wing, dribbles to the elbow, pull-up jumper, true. Julian Lewis with 6 points off the Bulldog bench, an 11-point margin again with 1:45 left.
You love Julian Lewis because he's become a complete basketball player at both ends of the building. He gives you that medium-range offense, but defensively, he's a shutdown guy.
Again to Wellage, left block. The ball stripped away by Russo, saved by Lewis. Here's Russo, passed Onwis, stripped by Onwis. Spartans take it back. Onwis down the lane, fouled by Marvell Harris, and he'll go to the line for 2. Harris with his second personal, and Princeton Onwis, the 6'7" senior, will head to the line with 85 seconds remaining in this half.
Russo got a little bit too clever, tried to put the ball behind his back, and he got his pocket picked, which turned it back to the Spartans and Onwis. Now, Onwis is a guy at 6'7" that can get to the basket. Fresno State has stopped him from doing that this afternoon, but he is capable of getting to the ball, getting the ball to the goal.
So far, he has been incapable of scoring. Misses the first free throw. He's 0 for 2 at the line. Guy who's their second leading scorer on the year at 12 a game, has not put in a point yet, and still hasn't. Missed them both. Bulldogs with the ball in an 11-point lead, 1:20 to go in the half. And On was frustrated, comes back into that 2-3 zone. Ellison outside the three-point line, picks up the dribble, finds Harris on the left wing, reverses to Lionel between the circles, right back to Vell, left side, to Ellison at the top, to the right wing now Lewis, inside the zone Russo, dumps it down Edo, fouled as he goes up. Brandon Clark picking up his third personal, and Karachi Edo will go to the line for 2.
Russo, the point man in the middle of the zone, doing a beautiful job. That was a great dump down pass to Edo. He was fouled, but that was a wonderful find by Cullen Russo in the middle of the zone.
Now Karachi at the foul line, gets the roll on the first. How about the Bulldogs at the free throw line today? They're now 11 of 14 in this first half. The Spartans just 1 for 6. Harris to the bench for the rest of this half. Doesn't want to pick up his third foul. Jamel Taylor, the 6-foot junior, in as Edo knocks them both down. 35-22, Bulldogs' biggest advantage.
Well, if the Bulldogs are going to win close games, especially on the road in the Mountain West Conference, they got to get better at the foul line.
And now Onwes dribbles to the forecourt and takes timeout with 58 seconds left. Dave Wojcik wants to draw up something that's going to get the Spartans on the board. They've gone cold again offensively. We're sponsored this afternoon by our friends at Harris Construction, locally owned and building California legacies for 100 years. By the Almond Company, from the nursery to the grower, the processor, and the buyer, you can trust Harris Family Farms and the Almond Company. And by Table Mountain Casino, where luck is right around the corner. You can win big jackpots on your favorite slots and table games. Enjoy the buffet. I know Randy would.
Sure
the award-winning restaurant. It's been voted the best local casino. Get your win on at Table Mountain Casino. Have you ever met a buffet you didn't like?
No.
I didn't think so.
I want to go back to I was just talking about the Bulldogs needing to improve their foul shooting. They came in shooting 66% as a team. You need to be above 70. Again, they're going to be in a lot of close games, and it's a good sign today that they're hitting these foul shots. But they got to be consistent knocking these foul shots down the remainder of the season.
Spartans on offense, out of the timeout. Wellage on the right wing, looking inside, doesn't have anything. Driving on Russo, reverses out to Rogers, pump fake from 3. He gets to the lane, dishes for Schwartz, missed a layup, rebound loose. Rogers got a hand on it. Ellison comes away with it. Missed opportunity. Schwartz, the freshman, at the rim for a finger roll, and he left it short. And now the Bulldogs will take time with 35 seconds left in the half, 24 on the shot clock.
Yeah, that's got to be tough for Dave Wojcik. He had his team have 2 or 3 shots. The first one by Frank Rogers, you normally think that your veteran, the senior, would knock that down. He's a guy that had 32 points in a win earlier this year over Alaska Anchors. You think he's going to finish that shot. And he just missed a bunny inside, and then a couple follow shots were right there, and the Spartans unable to convert. It's been a tough offensive half for San Jose State, only 22 points up on the board, but I credit Fresno State. Their perimeter defense today has been as good as any time this year. They have not allowed San Jose State to get anything going outside, and thus it's been difficult to score inside. They don't have an inside-outside game. The Bulldogs have taken the outside away from them.
Let's see if the Bulldogs can add another bucket before the break. Ball into Ellison, gets it to Lewis, left wing, guarded by Schwartz, finds Russo at the foul line, 15-footer, too strong off the back rim. Ellison sneaks in for the offensive board, and now the Bulldogs can hold for one final shot with that shot clock turned off.
Again, the Spartans in a zone. They normally play man for man. Harder to rebound out of the zone, and thus San Jose gives Fresno State another opportunity as the Dogs got it back.
Dogs have out-rebounded the Spartans by 9 in the first half. Lewis with an early 3, makes it count with 6 seconds left. Draining from the right wing, 9 for Lewis. Spartans at the buzzer, Onwes from 60 feet, wide left. And Fresno State will head to the locker room with its biggest lead so far, 16 points over its old rival from the Silicon Valley. What a finish to that first half for the Bulldogs. They close on a 7-0 run in the final 2 minutes.
You'll love the bench play. I mean, Cullen Russo came in, gave him energy. Carter gave him some energy when he was in there. And Julian Lewis came up big, especially at the end of the half. And that bench, a major contributor, one of the reasons Fresno State, along with their terrific defense, has a 16-point halftime lead.
And the Bulldogs in the Rodney Terry era have been pretty difficult to beat when they lead at halftime. It's a 16-point Bulldog advantage at the break. We'll look at some of the numbers when we come back. 38-22, Fresno State on top. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
For decades, Bulldogs alumni, fans, and friends have provided scholarship support for our student athletes.
And for decades, our student athletes have pushed themselves to their limits.
To become champions.
To become leaders.
Right here in the Valley.
And all around the country.
We are your legacy.
And it's one that's growing every year.
We want to keep the momentum going.
And make sure student athletes of all backgrounds can pursue their athletic and academic dreams here at Fresno State.
So please stand with us now.
We show our commitment to these student athletes and show your commitment to the Bulldog Scholarship Fund.
Bold lives here. Bold is a kindred spirit, one that touches Central California and the world. Bold invents, it inspires, it gives back, and it scores. Bold speaks volumes, and nothing will ever stop it. It's big, it's red, and it is lasting. You want to change the world? Then welcome to the place where bold begins.
One of my favorite things about game day is seeing the Red Wave. Makes my face just light up.
I'm locked in, babe. It's game day. Red Wave, let's go. It's game time, and I step onto that field, I turn into a beast.
It means a lot to our team and our players. Get out here and hang out with these kids in the community, because there's so many people in this community that give so much not only to our baseball program, but Fresno State athletics in general. So it's good to be out here giving back and just give these kids a good time today.
It's awesome. I love being out here with the kids, and they all look up to us, and it's just fun to be out and have a similar interest and have fun.
what you gonna do? Amen. Amen. Amen.
My name is Kineko Varrubias. I'm a senior. My major is chemistry with a minor in biology.
I'm Patty Olino. I'm a junior at Fresno State, and I'm majoring in nursing with a minor in chemistry.
My name is Peter Brasida. I'm a sophomore, and my major is in accounting.
My name is Kari Ball. I'm currently a senior at Fresno State. I'm double majoring in agricultural business and mass communication and journalism.
I'm Joshua Keith. I'm a senior, and my major is chemistry.
The best part about Fresno State is really the faculty. They're so passionate about what they're teaching.
They really feel like friends. I'm never afraid to go in and talk to them after class if I don't get something, because I know they're there to help me and they want me to succeed.
You feel like you can really open up to them.
They're always available. They're always willing to help you.
They work really hard, and I think that motivates the students, because if you have professors that are involved in your learning, then you want to live up to their expectations or their standards, and I think that's what's made a really big difference coming here.
The class sizes here are really valuable because having a smaller class, you're allowed to not only see the professor on a daily basis and them recognize you, but also there's less people in the class. You feel safer with the people in that class.
The class sizes in terms of my major are very personal, so I'm able to get to know my professors.
One thing that I really like about being in a small class is that I don't feel intimidated to ask a question, or I don't feel like I'm taking time away from the lecture if I'm not understanding the concept.
College is a really exciting time. It's a time where you find out who you are or what you want to do for the rest of your life. And that could be a scary and exciting experience. And what Fresno State really does is help mold you and kind of guide you in the right path. It gives you the opportunity to network, to get involved in a lot of different things, take different courses, and really find out who you are.
The ability to do undergraduate research here at Fresno State is huge. Students can work side by side with professors in order to find something new, discover something great, using the finest technology, some of the best technology that we can get, and apply what we learned in the classroom to a real-world application.
I recently had the opportunity to do international research where I was placed in a drug discovery lab in Thailand. It was really great because it was something that I always been passionate about, drug discovery, but it also helped me make the connection with international scientists. This was a great experience because it helped me grow not only as a person but also as a student and a scientist.
To be a Division I athlete and balance the workload, it's not easiest at times, but they're very supportive of my schedule. The practice schedules are grueling sometimes, but to know that I can go to class and the professors understand what I've been through, I feel like they really do care about me.
Fresno State is really great at supporting first-generation students. They have a number of programs that have helped me, and I know other students, to get where we are right now, and also to succeed once we graduate.
Everyone here is always smiling. You walk around campus, and you get a genuine vibe that everyone here is happy to be here. And it's great because when you're in college, that's what you want. You want a place where people are learning, and they're happy about it, so it makes you excited to learn.
It's a very close-knit campus as opposed to some of the other bigger campuses. There's a lot of energy that goes on here.
Really get involved, find something you're passionate about, go out there and do it, meet other students who are passionate about the same thing.
I just feel so proud to be a part of it, and it's because of opportunities like being in Sim Lab or Skills Lab that allow me to learn in a way that you can't really get from a book.
Get ready.
If you'll join me in welcoming our new athletic director, Jim Barco.
1 year into his role as Director of Athletics, Jim Barco has taken the reins in leading Fresno State athletics into the future. In a year that saw transition, Barco was encouraged by the support from the community.
I mean, you walk around town, you go to Save Mart, you go to the store, you go to restaurants, people just say, hey, go Dogs, how can I help? That's when I knew people have a passion for Fresno State athletics.
While Barco realizes the abundance of tasks at hand, he says the main priority remains academic excellence for student athletes. Fresno State had a record year in the classroom, posting a department-wide 3.12 GPA, while also having 74 student athletes receive Mountain West Scholar Athlete honors.
Understand, graduation is the most important thing, because very few kids go pro. I think that's the biggest thing we have to get. I don't care if you had Oregon, Alabama, Michigan, or Michigan State. Very few go pro. We're here to graduate them, make sure they're good leaders.
But Barco's expectations for excellence doesn't stop in the classroom.
We need to dominate top to bottom in the Mountain West. We have a great conference. We need every single year our teams, I hope our teams will compete for championships. You're not always going to win them, but we shouldn't be 10th and 11th every year either. We got to make sure that we compete. Our fans deserve it, our community deserves it, our president deserves it, and our student athletes deserve it.
Hoping to further empower the student athletes and coaches, Barco has overseen a number of facility upgrades in 2015. The tennis courts have been resurfaced. The floor of the North Gym, where volleyball and basketball teams practice, has been renovated. And construction is underway on Warmer Dam Field, where a $2.6 million facelift will take place for the track and field team. The soccer and lacrosse teams also broke in new locker rooms, as well as a resurfaced playing field. This is all in addition to Barco's biggest announcement of the year, the multi-year plan to renovate Bulldog Stadium.
We were very fortunate with our partners to have a new scoreboard put in, and they helped us out a lot in Learfield. But we have some work to do, and we have ways to go. It's not a fast-paced process. We have some good leaders that are going to help make this project go forward. But hopefully, in 3 years, phase 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be done. We'll be looking at a stadium that'll help generate revenue for all of our sports, top to bottom, and for our fan experience.
The support of the community serves as the backbone of Bulldog athletics, and Barco knows that this is what will carry Fresno State into the future.
Have faith in us, because we need to do a great job to get out and make sure we hear your voices, and we hear your passion, and we make sure that your investment in our student athletes is worthwhile, and we're going to do the best we can to make sure you're proud of us.
As he heads into year 2, Barco remains humbled and optimistic by the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead.
I'm honored to be here, honored to kind of lead this department with great people and great coaches, great student athletes, and the best times are ahead of us.
February 12th, the Dugout Club Golf Tournament, followed by the Double Play Dinner. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit, but put that on your calendar, February 12th. That's a Friday. Back in action, Spartans have the ball first in the second half, down 16. Frank Rogers left wing, his entry pass stolen away by Caraccietto, fronting Wellage. He knocked it away. The Dogs force a turnover on the opening possession of the second half. Now Harris attacking the basket all the way to the window, and an easy scoop finish for Marvell. 15 points for Harris, who just coasted his way to the rim.
Yeah, he's hitting 70% of his floor opportunities, 7 for 10. He's been very aggressive taking the ball to the basket.
Dogs up 18. Wellage launching for 3 and finally makes one. He took 6 threes in the first half. None of them fell, but the freshman connecting there. He's up to 11 points in the game on 5 of 13 shooting. Bulldogs 40, Spartans 25. Dogs have their starting 5 back on the floor. Harris, Guerrero, Watson, Edo, and Jones. Edo catches in the post. A lefty hook, wouldn't fall. Jones with the board. His hook shot doesn't go either, but he's fouled. Torrin Jones will go to the line. That rebound, his 10th of the game. And now he can add to his 5 points, which have all come from 15 feet away with the clock stopped.
Bulldogs have the 2 best offensive rebounders in the Mountain West Conference. Let me repeat that. The 2 best offensive rebounders in the league. Caraccietto and the guy at the free throw line, Torrin Jones. He is rugged on the glass, as the 10 rebounds would tell you. And again, you love his aggressiveness level. In fact, the whole Fresno State team has been ultra aggressive today.
Jones now 6 of 7 at the line after making that first. The second one gets the roll, make it 7 for 8. And they actually credited him with 2 rebounds on that play and a missed shot as he tried to corral the ball and get a putback. So he's up to 11 rebounds to go with those 7 points. Spartans have the ball. Minute into the second half, Bulldogs by 17, one more than their halftime advantage. Hillsman on the left wing, dribbling in on Harris, stops on the baseline, bulls his way in, and his pass deflected out of bounds. Tried to bounce it cross court to Wellage, but Harris got a hand on it, and now the Spartans will trigger it in with 13 to shoot.
Missing in action is Frank Rogers, no points. He's their top dog. I mean, they really need to get him going, the Spartans. Rogers capable of big numbers, so far shut down by Fresno State.
As is Onwus, their top 2 scorers who average a combined 25 a game. Neither one has a point. Thornton driving on Guerrero, draws a foul on Caesar, trying to backpedal out of the way. But Thornton with a lefty scoop didn't get it to go. He'll try to earn him at the line as Guerrero picks up personal foul number 3.
He hadn't been on the floor very often. Guerrero played only 4 minutes in the first half, picking up the 2 fouls. Now he's got his third. We'll have to see how long they keep him out there with 3. It's been a tough game for Caesar, staying in front of the guards of San Jose State.
And he walked back to Rodney Terry, who used his body language and some hand motions saying, calm down, stay in the game, don't worry about it. Play through it. Thornton made the first, he makes them both. 42-27 Fresno State, 18:40 left. Guerrero takes the inbound from Edo, little token pressure by the Spartans, but now it's into the forecourt. Watson on the left wing, back out to Guerrero. He dribbles between the circles, directing traffic, crosses over on Thornton, right to the rim, and swatted out of bounds by Thornton. Caesar went with a lefty layup, and Thornton rose up and rejected it.
Well, hard to believe he's only 6'2". He did get up in the air. Well, he led the team in assists, blocks, and steals last year, so it's an area where Thornton does excel. He did lead the team in blocks a season ago.
The inbound lobbed in for Torrin Jones, who makes a catch in a double team. Hands back to Guerrero, penetrating right side, stops on the block, leans in, reverse layup, wouldn't fall. He hits the deck, no whistle, Spartans have it. Outlet to Hillsman, far ahead for Wellage in the paint, double teamed, lefty layup good. Turned the other way on Marvell Harris and got an easy one. 13 to Wellage to lead the Spartans, and the margin is 13 with 18 minutes left.
Yeah, when Guerrero drove, he fell down, couldn't get back up in time, and it was a 5-on-4 advantage. Spartans and Wellage took advantage of it.
Harris, a 14-footer, missed it badly, a little too strong, hit the backboard and then just grazed the rim. Spartans with the rebound. They've got it down to 13 and see what they can do here. Spinning in the post for Hillsman, guarded by Edo. Hillsman with his back to the bucket, a dribble, a backhand bounce pass for Rogers, who lays it in for 2. Great pass from the freshman, waiting for Rogers to cut to the hoop.
You'll love the movement without the ball by Rogers, and there he is, their star player. Their offensive force finally gets in the books. And it was a beautiful pass from Hillsman, as you alluded to. And if you're Fresno State, you need to stay aggressive. You know, you get the big lead. You want to have that killer instinct. You don't want to let, the throttle off the pedal. You want to keep going. And right now, San Jose State got a little bit of momentum here, and their big star finally scores.
And that's why Rodney Terry took the timeout. A 6-0 Spartan run. The Bulldogs 0 for their last 5. A lead that moments ago was 18 has been trimmed down to just 11 points with 17:37 to go. We're sponsored tonight by Grappetti Automotive Family. You can count on us, and by Dermanuel Insurance Group. More than your agency, your partner for success. So I was talking about Friday, February 12th. First is the Dugout Club Golf Tournament in the morning out at Eagle Springs up on Friant Road. Beautiful Johnny Miller designed golf course. Always a great tournament. So many of the former Bulldog players come back, guys who've been in the major leagues, guys currently in the major leagues sometimes, and the guys who are great college players and maybe you've forgotten about. So it's a great field. Everybody has an incredible time. It's pretty competitive, and but it's a lot of fun. If you'd like to get in on the action in that golf tournament, I might even play this year. I don't think I've played in a decade.
Are you any good? Can you play?
No, I'm horrible.
You're horrible.
I can hit it far but not straight. But if you would like to play and hit it straighter than I can, call Stan Bush. Speaking of former Bulldogs, Stan played on that 1959 College World Series team for Coach Pete Biden, and he's in charge of the golf tournament. His number, if you want to register, 559-346-0320. Again, that's the Dugout Club Golf Tournament, February 12th. That's a Friday morning at Eagle Springs. We'll do a little radio show out there that morning as well. The number to call again, 559-346-0320. Bulldog lead down to 11. Rodney Terry has let his team know how he felt about it in the timeout. Now they take the floor with Harris, Watson, Lewis, Edo, and Jones against the Spartan man-to-man. Watson catches on the left wing, guarded by Schwartz, to Jones at the top of the key. Fires right side for Lewis. Facing up Hillsman, finds a cutting Harris, open, top of the key for three, good. Marvell Harris, 18 points. He's 8 of 12 from the floor. Dogs by 14.
Beautiful shot off the curl. Marvell was unguarded at the top of the circle. You got to get a hand out at him. He was able to bury it. And again, Marvell makes big shots for the Dogs.
He's averaging over 20 a game in conference play. Maybe he'll get a season high today. Here's Hillsman attacking the basket, right wing, missed a runner from 6 feet out. Rebound to Watson, the outlet to Lewis. He hustles it up the floor. Lewis down the left side of the lane, rises up on the block, makes the bucket, plus a foul. No, offensive foul. They call a charge on Lewis. Rodney Terry arguing that Thornton was inside the restricted area. And I think he's got a beef, but the call will stand. No bucket. They wipe away the bucket. In past years it would have counted. Rule change this year doesn't count when the charge is called. So the Spartans have it back, down 14.
Big play by Thornton to get back. That would have been an easy basket for Fresno State had Thornton not hustled back the other way.
It's the second personal for Julian Lewis. Wellage backing down Edo, left block. Shoots it over him with contact. No whistle. Rebound to Torrin Jones, his 12th. Here's Harris up the floor. Hands off left wing for Watson. Migrates to the top. Watson attacking right side of the lane against Schwartz. Blocked by Schwartz, but a foul called. That looked like a clean block. Maybe there was contact down low. Looked like pretty good defense from the freshman Schwartz.
Yeah, but Watson was determined. He was going at Schwartz. He beat him earlier in the game in the same play. He drove and scored off the window, and he was trying to do it again. That time he was able to draw the foul. Just a strong charge by Watson.
Let's see if Watts can shoot free throws as well as his teammates have tonight. And he says, yes, I can, with a swish on the first. The Bulldogs are now 15 of 18 at the line in this game. As you mentioned, a team that was just 66% after the loss in Boise. Second free throw, too strong off the back rim. Rebounded by Thornton of San Jose State. Spartans with the ball down 15. Thornton at the top of the arc, picks up the dribble, hands off to Rogers. Torrin Jones took a swipe at it, almost knocked it away. Rogers has it back, tries the three up top, missed it short. Rebound Marvell Harris of Fresno State. Bulldogs with the ball and a 15-point lead, 4 minutes into the second half. Harris already has 18. He's barely missed. He stops the dribble outside, and there's a whistle away from the ball. Let's see what this is. Randy Heimerman going to call it on the Spartans. It's on Frank Rogers trying to keep the Bulldogs out of the paint. 3 personals on Rogers now, third Spartan foul of the half. Lewis to inbound, finds Jones in the right baseline corner. Out high on the wing to Harris, around the perimeter to Watson. Guarded by Schwartz, finds Lewis curling around a screen. Julian now has it at the top of the key. Lewis looking, backs out the dribble now. Plenty of time, he's between the circles with 17 on the shot clock. Guarded loosely by Hillsman. Lewis fakes left, dribbles right, behind him for Harris, who stops at the elbow, leans in with a one-hand push shot past Thornton. He gets his 20th point of the night, 9 of 13. Harris is on fire.
Yeah, very creative move, losing Thornton, going one way and going back the other way. Crossover dribble was beautiful. And again, the finish from Harris.
Rogers the other way, catches right block up against Jones, and a foul called. Rogers looked like he was trying to avoid having the shot blocked, contorted his arms a little bit. Jones had the arm straight up, and he's pleading his case with Rob Kruger, saying, what did I do for the foul? But he's not going to win that argument. Kruger's walking away from him. So Torrin will go back to the Bulldog huddle after his second personal foul, and we'll step away. 15:28 to go in the second half. Fresno State leads it 48-31. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports. Fresno State 48, San Jose State 31. The score here at the Save Mart Center. We're brought to you today by Campus Point, the intersection of life and learning. We'll be back at Campus Point Thursday night for the Coach Rodney Terry Show at Pyology, just south of the Maya Cinemas, where my wife and daughter were this afternoon, or this morning anyway. Campus Point, Pyology, Rodney Terry Show Thursday night, 6 o'clock. Frank Rogers at the foul line for the Spartans. The Southpaw senior made the first. Deep knee bend before the second, spins it on its way and nails that one too. So now Rogers is finally on the board, Randy, but we haven't seen Onwus score a point yet. We haven't seen much of him in the second half. He hasn't taken the warm-up off. He's on that Spartan bench.
Well, the good news for the Spartans, they have gotten Rogers involved, and they're running their offense through him.
Now a foul on Thornton. Gambled at a steal on the perimeter. Got a piece of the ball, but a much bigger piece of Julian Lewis. It was quite a collision, and I just said that about Onwus. Now he just took off the warm-up, and he'll come into the game. For Isaac Thornton, that's number 3. 4 Spartan team fouls this half. Bulldogs by 15. Julian Lewis, Marvell Harris, Paul Watson, Karachi Edo, and Torrin Jones. The 5 Bulldogs on the floor in white, moving right to left in front of us, courtside at the Save Mart Center. Watson catches on the left wing. Guarded by Schwartz on the perimeter, reverses to Lewis. Spartans go to the 2-3 on this possession. Harris catches left wing, a pump fake. Now he penetrates, dishes to Edo, and holy moly, what a slam. That was incredible. I don't know if I've ever seen him get that high. 2 feet above the rim to dunk it over a defender with 2 hands. That was something special.
That was spectacular, but give Marvell a great assist. He drove into the middle of the zone. The zone tried to come to him, and he found Edo for that dunk, and boy, did he go up high, Karachi.
Wow. Wellage the other way, spin into the hoop, an extra step, and Eric Curry caught him. Travel called on the Spartan freshman. Bulldogs get it back, leading by 17. I want to see a replay of that dunk by Edo. You
Hard
know,
to see on radio, though, isn't it?
I know, but if you're streaming us on the Mountain West Network, you saw it live.
You're right.
He caught 2 passes in the first half, unguarded around the hoop, and you expected him to dunk. He didn't dunk either one. That one, he's in traffic, and he just goes so high up that no one can stop him.
There's your radio replay.
14:20 to go, second half. Bulldogs 50, Spartans 33. Harris with the ball on the right wing. Guarded by Hillsman, dribbles around an Edo screen, now spins it into the block. Jones, fading 12-footer, can't get the roll, tipped up. Edo comes down with it, powers back up, and he's fouled. The shot wouldn't go off the backboard, but Karachi will have 2 free throws. I can't wait to go back and look at that dunk and just see how high the ball was before he brought it down through the rim. I mean, that's one where literally he could have hit his teeth on the rim if he was closer to it.
Yeah, it was a wonderful dunk, but here he is on the next possession, putting the hat back on, being the workaholic inside after the Jones miss, going up and getting a rebound and going up strong. So he's not resting on his laurels about the superlative dunk. He went back, put the hard hat on, and went to work and got the rebound and made a nice effort to get fouled.
Dave Wojcik making a statement. Mass substitution here, including a couple walk-ons that don't get a lot of time. Danny Mahoney, the 6-foot sophomore from San Mateo, in only a few appearances on the year. This is his 3rd. And Ivo Basor, a 6'8 senior from Watsonville, another walk-on who played a lot last year when the Spartans were so short-handed. Mahoney, bearded with shaggy hair, brings it up, guarded by Harris. Gary Williams Jr. also back in the game for San Jose State. He has it on the right wing now. Lewis on him. Drive, shoves Lewis out of the way. The ball knocked free by Harris, but ricochets right to Mahoney of San Jose State. 10 to shoot. Williams will shoot. Left wing for 3, and he drains it. Gary Williams Jr., the 6'5 junior out of Oakland, connecting. Jones running the floor, leaps to catch a baseball pass out to Watson. Left wing, 3 goes. How about that? Dogs threw it the length of the floor. Jones saved the possession on the end line and delivered the assist to Watson.
Yeah, that's wonderful ball movement and good look for Watson.
Williams with a 3 the other way. Clanks off the iron. Offensive board by Bana. Gets it to Mahoney, and now a whistle away from the ball. The Bulldogs shoving off. Who's that on? Harris? Marvell had a little shove that he didn't get away with. Randy Heimerman saw him. 3rd personal on Marvell. Edo and Jones, those rebounding machines, head to the Bulldog bench. Cullen Russo and Terrell Carter take their place.
Speaking of the bench, the Bulldogs bench has been very good today and tonight. They've outplayed San Jose State. It's been a decided advantage for Fresno State.
Mahoney launching a 3. Rims out, rebound to Paul Watson of Fresno State. Bulldogs with an 18-point lead in the ball, 13 minutes to go. Harris has already scored 20. He spins it into the block for Carter. Bounce pass to Russo, reverse layup, and he missed it. Great ball movement again, but Russo didn't finish.
Yeah, but you love how they moved it and how Russo was able to come underneath and get that look. But again, it was precise passing by Fresno State.
The Bulldogs played with this kind of energy and focus every night. They'd be tough to beat. Here's another turnover. Dogs take away the entry pass. Harris racing the other way. Double clutch shot won't go, but a foul called on Leon Bana. And Marvell Harris is going to go to the line for 2. Remember in our pregame show when he said, hey, Josh Adams scored 38 in an upset at New Mexico today. Colorado State and Utah State both had players reach 35. Who's going to score 30 in this game?
Well, Marvell Harris is a candidate.
Hasn't done it all year.
We had 40 last year at Nevada, so we know he's capable.
And he's 9 for 13 from the floor so far this afternoon. The senior, 4th on the all-time scoring list, and he nails that one. In fact, Terrence Roberson better keep his eyes out because Marvell is closing fast.
Now the big question, how many more minutes will he stay on the floor if the gap widens with Fresno State nearing a 20-point lead, although we're going to see the Spartans starters come back on.
Harris has the second one go in and out, so the Spartans 5 starters will have to wait. 5 players at the scorer's table waiting to check in. But the missed free throw means play continues. Williams, a runner the other way, makes it from the left side of the lane. Gary Williams Jr. showing he can score. He averages 8 points a game and only 19 minutes a game.
Yeah, he's a scorer. He's a scorer. He's a JC All-American brought in to score, and he's a guy that can knock him down in bunches.
Bulldogs by 17 with 12:20 left. Here's Watson with the dribble at the top of the key. Hesitation, working on Clark, left baseline, leans in, shoots over him with the left hand. Kissed it off the backboard, wouldn't go. Watson wanted a foul, didn't get it. Here's Mahoney the other way, stops at the foul line, spins it out to Williams. He'll put up another shot right side. Missed it. Offensive board, Brandon Clark. He goes back up and lays it up and in. The freshman Brandon Clark showing those springs down low.
And again, he's always active around the basket. When Brandon gets it, he's normally going to score. He's a 60% shooter when he gets in that paint.
55-40, Fresno State on top. Harris wants the ball in his hands, and he's fouled 25 feet away by Williams. That's going to be team foul number 7. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Marvell Harris when we come back from this timeout. 11:46 remaining in regulation at the Save Mart Center this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Your Fresno State Bulldogs lead the Spartans 55-40. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
Bulldogs.
Fresno State comfortably in front by 15. Dogs led by 16 at halftime. Marvell Harris has had an impressive afternoon. 21 points already for the senior. He's at the line for a 1-and-1. Just 1 for 2 at the line so far today. Bends the knees, sends it on its way, and nothing but net. 22 for Harris. One more, he'll match that number on his back. Bulldogs' biggest lead so far today, 19 points. And they've dominated the glass.
Yeah, the Dogs have been a very good rebounding squad all season long.
Harris gets them both. 23 points for the senior. He'll take a rest, replaced by his fellow senior, Cesar Guerrero. Spartans have their starters back in. Thornton, Hillsman, Wellage, Schwartz, and Rogers. Isaac Thornton, the junior point guard, jogging it up, guarded by Guerrero in the man-to-man. Hillsman trying to post up Julian Lewis on the right block. Instead, they find Wellage, top of the key, quick trigger three, and he's heating up in this second half. 16 for the freshman Wellage, who scored 23 against San Diego State. There's a collision. No foul call as Russo and Thornton ran into each other in the backcourt. Guerrero gets it across the timeline with 1 second to spare. They find Russo at the foul line, down low for Jones, and he traveled. Torrin Jones caught it under the hoop, got bumped a little bit by Rogers, and Rob Kruger calls him for a travel. Torrin with a little stare down on Kruger, and they need the mop. They found a wet spot on the floor. Eric Curry, the lead official, calls up the young volunteer on the mop, and they're not responding to him. He's saying, hey, where's the mop? I need to clean this up. I'll do it myself if I need to, and Curry does. He goes, grabs a towel, and he's going to come up and wipe off that wet spot on the floor.
He takes control, doesn't he? He's not going to let him start.
He's been doing this a long time.
What about Wellage? I mean, he has no conscience, which you like. Even though he was 0 for 6 from downtown in the first half, Ryan Wellage, the fine freshman of the Spartans, wasn't deterred by that. And
wait,
you
did
love
you
the
just call him
fact
Ryan Wellage? I thought it was Jimmy Chitwood.
He is Jimmy Chitwood. He's
okay.
a Jimmy Chitwood lookalike. In the second half, he's a Jimmy Chitwood shoot-like because he is knocking down the three. But, again, you love his resolve to keep putting those shots up because he knows he can make them.
As long as we don't see the picket fence or all these underhanded free throws, we're safe. 11 minutes to go in the second half. Bulldogs 57, Spartans 43. Schwartz pulls up 17 feet away straight on, leaves it short, hit the bottom of the net, saved by Wellage, but right to Paul Watson, who stepped out of bounds on the sideline, and the Spartans get it back.
Paul can't believe it. You know, he thought he was going the other way, was going to have a breakaway layup.
And Torrin Jones is glaring at Rob Kruger, the ref. Torrin's been on the wrong end of a couple of Rob's calls. And I'd watch it if I were Torrin. He's got that icy glare looking downhill. Usually he's going to be much taller than an official since he's 6'9". His cousin Deron Hopkins talked to us a little bit about that on the Rodney Terry Show Thursday at Pyology. We'll be back there this week. Isaac Thornton driving down the lane, gets to the rim and lays it in for two. Curled around a screen at the top of the key, and he just never slowed down. Spartans within 12. 10.5 minutes to play. Julian Lewis the other way, pulls up in transition at the elbow, misses the jumper, rebound to Thornton of the Spartans. Thornton across midcourt. Thornton left side of the lane, blows past Russo and curls it in. Russo had stopped trying to draw the charge. Thornton got skinny enough to knife past him and lay in another one.
Spartans are getting to the iron. They're starting to get aggressive offensively, and it's paying off for them.
Yeah, they've cut that lead all the way to 10, and now Watson is called for a carry. Again, it's Rob Kruger on the call, and Watson gives him that dirty look again. He had the dribble up around his shoulder, but Kruger called him for a carry that he turned the ball upside down and then brought it back down again.
Bulldogs getting sloppy here and they're turning the ball over. You see Marvell Harris come back real quickly as the Spartans have jumped right back into the game as Fresno State's been fast and loose in recent moments, turning the ball over.
Spartans can get within single digits on this possession as we move under 10 minutes. Wellage, top of the key, three, and he got it. A high arcer with Torrin Jones in his face. The freshman has 19, and San Jose State has drawn within 7.
And again, it's that quick trigger, the ability to shoot so fast.
But now a foul called on Hillsman is going to send Marvell Harris to the line for a 1-and-1. Hillsman, the freshman at 6'6", could not stay in front of Marvell. Harris has already scored 23. He's 3 out of 4 at the line, and he hopes to get 2 opportunities here. Needs to get this first one to stop a 10-0 Spartan run.
But mostly Wellage, hadn't it, with those shots, knocking down triples.
He's up to 8 of 17 in the game as Harris's front end of the 1-and-1 hits off the back rim, wouldn't go down. Spartans with the board. They're only down 7, and they've got the ball.
I think it's time to find Wellage. You got to get him the basketball. He's been hot.
He dumps it down to Rogers. Right block, double teamed by Russo and Jones. Rogers spins it out to Wellage, up top for 3 again. He hasn't missed this half. Wellage was 0 for 6 from downtown in the first half, 4 for 4 since halftime. It's a 4-point game with 9:15 left.
Dogs need to realize that Wellage wants the ball. He's on fire. You know, that's called a heat check, and he is hot as can be right now. And got a little antsy here, and Fresno State, their lead has been cut all the way down to 4.
And now Frank Rogers has fouled out of the ball game.
Boy, that hurts, because one of the reasons Wellage has been able to get open on the perimeter in recent minutes has been the work of Frank Rogers inside, starting to give them a little bit of a presence there. And now with him out of the ball game, that really hurts the Spartans going forward.
And credit Torrin Jones, who has had his moments where he's been upset with officials and pleaded his case, and that time he really sold the contact on Rogers 20 feet away from the hoop. Was very demonstrative as Rogers bulled him out of the way, and that led to that disqualifying 5th foul. So the Spartans' leading scorer on the year out of the game with a lot of time left, 9:10 remaining. But the Bulldogs need to grab momentum back. The Spartans have scored 13 in a row, and it's a 17-2 run over the last 3.5 minutes. Jones at the foul line. Nails the first. He's been clutch at the stripe. 8 of 9 for a guy who came into the game shooting below 65% on the year.
But he's getting better. And those 2 foul shots that he made in the clutch at Las Vegas really built his confidence.
He's 9 out of 10 at the line and a point away from a double-double. 9 points, 12 boards for Jones. He made them both. 59-53 Dogs. Torrin will take a rest. Karachi Edo returns. And the Spartans, with Rogers fouling out, have brought Brandon Clark, the high-flying freshman, back. But you said it, Randy. Spartans want the ball in Welledge's hands, so if you're the Bulldogs defensively, how do you counter that?
Well, there are going to be a lot of picks out on top. You just got to fight through those screens.
Here's Isaac Thornton attacking again. Jump stop in the lane, misses a 6-footer, tipped back in by Karachi Edo. An own goal on Edo, who was up above everyone trying to rip the rebound down, and he backhanded it back into the hoop.
Yeah, it'll be Clark that gets credit. Yeah, that freshman with the long body.
And now a travel called on Marvell Harris, who was bumped near midcourt in a double team, and Eric Curry says he shuffled those feet. Spartans have the ball back, down only 4. Early in this second half, they trailed by 19.
Yeah, they've gotten Isaac Thornton getting the ball to the basket. We mentioned Rogers, who's now out of there, was helping him inside. Thornton's gotten to the basket, and Welledge has gotten really on fire outside. Again, Fresno State, Russo and company need to tighten up on Welledge.
Cody Schwartz has it left wing, curls around a Clark screen. He'll launch a deep 3, and Cody Schwartz connects. Where did these freshmen come from? Schwartz and Welledge combining to light up the net on the east end of the Save Mart Center. The Spartans, who were down 19, have brought it all the way down to 1. Guerrero finds Russo into the corner right side. Watson, 3-ball, good. Paul Watson with 9, and a big answer for the Bulldogs to try to slow down this Spartan spurt.
Yeah, the Spartans were pursuing. They pressured. The Bulldogs beat them down the floor, had numbers, and in transition, Watson with a clean look and an easy triple.
These Spartans are going to be fun to watch the next couple of years because these guys scoring all the points, they're freshmen. Colin Russo knocks the ball away up top. He's called for a foul, gets a long stare down from Rob Kruger. Boy, every call the Bulldogs have had a problem with the last few minutes has been Kruger, 1 out of these 3 refs.
Yeah, but you look
there
at the
have been
numbers.
a lot of stare downs between official and player.
Yeah, the Bulldogs have gotten most of the calls. If you look at the pure numbers, they're getting the foul shots. It's the Spartans in foul trouble and the Bulldogs not in foul trouble.
I'm not commenting on the number of fouls, just the coincidence that every time it's a contested one, it's the same ref, and you just wonder how icy the glares can get, directed one way or the other. That foul call on Russo stops the clock, 7:53 to go. It's a pretty tight ball game at the Save Mart Center. Bulldogs 62, Spartans 58. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
That was
San Jose State has made it a game at the Save Mart Center. The Spartans, down 19 minutes ago, have drawn within 4. They got as close as 1 before Paul Watson hit a big 3. 7.5 minutes to play in regulation. Here's a step back 3 for Hillsman. Missed it. Rebound to Cesar Guerrero of Fresno State. Guerrero on the floor with Harris, Watson, Russo, and Edo. Watson catches left wing. Bounces in the block for Edo left side. Wellage on his back. Kicks it out Guerrero on the wing. 15 to shoot for the Dogs. Cesar hands off to Harris, who's fouled out high, and he'll go to the line for a 1-and-1. And J.C. Hillsman going to get a tongue lashing from his coach Dave Wojcik, saying, why are you making a foul 35 feet away from the hoop? But the last time Marvell Harris went to the line for a 1-and-1, he missed the front end. And they say that Hillsman fouled Guerrero, not Harris. So Cesar has a chance to get his first point today.
Hadn't been to the foul line in 6 games. You have to go all the way back to Evansville the last time Guerrero was at the charity stripe.
But he looks like he never left. Perfect swish on a high arcing first attempt. 63-58 Bulldogs, 7:16 remaining, and one more foul shot coming. The senior from Southern California sends it on its way around the rim, spun out. Grabbed by Clark of San Jose State. Spartans down just 5 with plenty of time left. Their leading scorer, Frank Rogers, is already fouled out. But the hot hand has belonged to the freshman Ryan Wellage, just 2 points shy of his career high. Cesar Guerrero gets his hand on a perimeter pass, knocks it up in the air. Clark able to save it for San Jose State. Now Wellage has it right wing, trapped, gets rid of it to Thornton. Thornton 30 feet away, has just 7 to shoot. Facing up Edo, he'll try a 30-footer. It came up short of the rim. Should have been a shot clock violation. No, they got it off in time with a putback by Schwartz. Are they going to check it to see? The shot clock did not reset. Schwartz laid it up, but did he get it out of his fingertips in time to beat the shot clock?
Bulldogs did a nice job of running a second defender out of Ryan Wellage, with Russo and Guerrero taking the ball out of Wellage's hands, not allowing him to beat him from up on top.
So for now, no judgment as to whether that bucket by Schwartz trying to beat the shot clock would count. Thornton's 30-footer didn't touch the rim. It hit the red foam that lines the backboard to protect the glass, and that's it. But the Spartans corralled it. Schwartz got back to the rim, laid it up as that shot clock buzzer sounded. And Eric Curry, the lead official, is at the monitor now with Randy Heimerman to see if Schwartz got it off in time or not. I mentioned that Dugout Club golf tournament on February 12th, but after the golf tournament, of course, that evening is the double play dinner. And you talk about fun. You never know what to expect at the double play dinner. You see the lighter side of Coach Mike Batesel come through. You get a taste of the 2016 Diamond Dogs, who Coach Batesel thinks might be the most talented squad he's had. They're great on the mound, a lot of young talent. And you know what one of the most entertaining parts of that night is, Randy?
No.
The live auction. Because the prizes they come up with. I mean, you might want to come.
Do you get a double dose of food, though?
Wait. We have basketball the next day at Nevada. Maybe you should come up the night before and come to the double play dinner. They have a sealed letter from Kobe Bryant announcing his retirement. Kobe Bryant wrote the letter, signed the letter. Wow. It's in an envelope. Nobody's touched it. That's your kind of prize, isn't it?
Anybody's kind of prize.
Okay. Great baseball prizes, of course, as well. But that's February 12th. If you want your tickets for the double play dinner, 269-9115 in the 559 area code. That's my friend Charlene Gomes, 559-269-9115, and register for the double play dinner. They say Schwartz did get it off before the buzzer. The bucket counts for the Spartans. It's a one-possession game with 6:40 remaining. 63-60, Bulldogs on top. 10 team fouls on San Jose State this half, just 5 on the Dogs. So the Bulldogs have a foul to give. Here's Harris catching between the circles, facing up Schwartz. Jab step, pulls up for 3. Short off the rim. Rebound tipped by the Spartans, and Schwartz saves it from going out of bounds. San Jose State can come all the way back and tie it with a 3 on this possession.
Really a credit to the Spartans. They've been much more fluid offensively. They have not really turned it over, have gotten into their offense.
An alley-oop, Wellage from the top of the key to his fellow freshman Brandon Clark, dunks it in. Spartans within 1 at the 6-minute mark.
It's been 3 freshmen that have really shouldered the burden to bring them back. Schwartz, Clark, and obviously Wellage. 3 true freshmen doing a great job for San Jose State.
That's what's scary when you look to the future. Guerrero left open, right baseline corner. 3 is good. The high arcing swisheroo from Guerrero has the Bulldogs back up 4, 66-62.
It's a much needed basket for Fresno State, staving off San Jose State. And mentally it's a big make for Guerrero.
And San Jose State calls time with 5:31 to go in regulation. Fresno State 66, San Jose State 62. We've seen it twice now, Randy. The Spartans pull within one. First time Watson hits a corner three. They get within one again. Guerrero with that pass where it's not necessarily start to finish perfect, but situationally when the play needs to be made, those veterans step up and get it done.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. They're veteran players, and you expect them to make shots. And when I go back to, I want to go back to what I just stated about Guerrero. He's an emotional guy, and when he makes shots, he feels better about his all-around game. And you're talking about a player that's second in the conference at 43% and knocking down threes, and he just drilled a triple. So he's capable of really going on a run. And that's something that the Spartans don't want to see, because the Fresno State inside game has been great. And if Guerrero gets hot on the outside, that spells trouble for San Jose State.
We're sponsored today by Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery. Nobody expects more from us than we do. San Jose State to inbound, down by 4. Thornton looking to find Wellich. Finds him on the left wing. Guarded closely by Russo. Spins around a screen. Pushes off on Russo. No whistle. Wellich trying to get rid of it. Finds Clark. 11 to shoot. Clark shoving away Edo, and a foul called on Edo. Clark took his right arm, extended it fully at a right angle from his shoulder and pushed Edo back, but Eric Curry called the foul on the backpedaling Bulldog. So Edo will come to the bench. Torrin Jones comes in. It is the second personal on Edo, just the 6th team foul, so no 1-and-1 yet. Spartans will inbound with a fresh 30. Schwartz lobs it into Clark, who finds Thornton on the right wing. Thornton guarded by Guerrero, still holding. Now he puts it on the floor, backs it out. Around a Clark screen, Thornton keeps the dribble, spins it into the post, right to Guerrero. The steal, tries to go ahead to Russo. Spartans get their hand on it, and they swipe it right back. Spartans in transition, Clark down the lane, finger roll, missed it. Rebound to Watson of Fresno State. That would have cut the deficit in half, but Clark at the rim couldn't get it to drop.
Yeah, and he normally finishes, and Fresno State really dodged a bullet there. Very fortunate.
Dogs on offense, leading by 4. Watson at the top of the arc, guarded by Schwartz. Backs the dribble out, faces him up, finds Guerrero on the left wing. Caesar guarded by Hillsman out high. 8 to shoot 7, fakes right, dribbles left, spins toward the cup, up in the air, dishes underneath. Russo hacked hard, no foul call. He missed the layup, out of bounds off of Fresno State. It'll be Spartan basketball with 4:31 left. The crowd reacting because Colin Russo got hammered at the rim, and the whistle didn't blow.
Yeah, that's a shot that the Cullen needs to make. I mean, Guerrero drew the defense to him, and he found him beautifully. I know there was contact.
On his head, that was the problem.
But I know when you're at the rim like that, you still need to finish that one, Paul.
66-62 Bulldogs, 4:15 left. Schwartz has his perimeter pass deflected, but it sneaks through to Thornton on the left wing. Thornton at the top of the arc, thought about a 3, instead finds Schwartz. He'll try the triple, short off the front rim, rebounded by Russo. Few missed opportunities for San Jose State. Spartans continue to get stops, but they've gone cold on the offensive end.
Yeah, they live and die by that 3 ball, though. It can shoot you in you, shoot you out.
Harris with an extra step as he penetrates. They work it around the perimeter. Now Watson drives in, bumped by Thornton, no call, gets it to Guerrero. They're working some time off that clock. 3:45 to go. Dogs by 4. Shot clock at 7. Harris attacking right side of the paint, blocked from behind. It was clean on the backside from Clark, but they're going to get Schwartz for a foul in front of Marvell, and Harris will shoot 2 when we come back. 3:43 remaining in regulation. Bulldogs 66, Spartans 62. Fresno State basketball from Learfield Sports.
Hard to believe they've gotten better.
Here we go, 3:43 left in regulation at the Save Mart Center. Fresno State trying to get its 12th win of the year, led by 19 in this second half. Twice San Jose State has drawn within one. The margin currently 4 as Marvell Harris heads to the line for 2. We're sponsored by Fresno Plumbing and Heating. Why not get the best? And by Community Medical Center, improving the health status of our community and promoting medical education. Marvell Harris has already scored 23 tonight, but he's just 3 of 5 at the foul line. First of 2 here, around the rim and in. The Bulldogs have Harris and Guerrero with 3 fouls each. The Spartans have 3 players currently in the game with 3. Schwartz is playing with 4. Rogers has already fouled out. Spartans have been called for 5 more fouls today than the Dogs, as Harris converts them both. 68-62 Dogs with 3:40 left.
Need to defend the perimeter. That's where San Jose State has been so good, and that's where the Bulldogs were so effortless in the first half. They've struggled trying to stop the Spartans outside in the back half.
San Jose State on offense. Schwartz, a right wing 3, just grazed the rim and fell into the waiting arms of Marvell Harris, his 5th board. He accelerates the other way. A reach-in foul by Thornton as Harris scooped up the shot in the paint. Boy, did Marvell get moving down the floor. He's earned himself 2 more free throws and a shot, Randy, at a new season high. He's hit 26 points twice, but never more in this senior season.
And he didn't do it at home either. 26 on the road both times at Rice and at Boise State. The last shot by Schwartz, it's a 3 he could get a little later in the clock. He really forced that 3 and shot it fast.
Harris hits the first to cue up Randy's rule.
70, whoever gets there first is going to win the basketball game, and the Dogs are on the doorstep with Harris shooting for point number 70 at the charity stripe.
And a new season high. Marvell with it deathly quiet at the Save Mart Center. Has it go in and out. Tipped back up and in by Torrin Jones. Jones with a double-double. 11 points, 13 rebounds. That's his first field goal today. 71-62. The Bulldogs are the first to 70. Spartans want to play catch-up in a hurry. Onwis right baseline corner. Didn't try the 3, but he double-dribbled. When he caught the ball, he lost it. It hit the ground. He grabbed it again and put it back on the floor. Dave Wojcik just put Onwis back in the game. He's been on the bench most of the second half. And now a critical turnover. Twice the Spartans have gotten within 1, and now looks like the Bulldogs are ready to pull away again.
Yeah, that Torrin Jones putback basket, shades of Las Vegas, where he beat Zimmerman on the glass and really won the game for Fresno State with a tremendous offensive rebound and score in the last minute of the contest at the Thomas and Mack Center.
Spartans in man-to-man as the Bulldogs work off some clock. 12 to shoot. Watson with it, top of the arc. Driving on Schwartz, jump stop underneath, fouled hard by Schwartz, and he'll go to the line. Cody Schwartz, the freshman, has now fouled out. He'll do so with 8 points on 3 of 11 shooting, made 2 3-pointers, showed some of that promise that has the Spartans believing their future's very bright over there in the Silicon Valley. He's the second Spartan to foul out tonight, and Paul Watson will shoot a pair. So our next game will come a little early, Randy. We don't have to wait till Wednesday. Tuesday night, 8 o'clock at Viejas Arena against the San Diego State Aztecs, who have a big one in Boise tonight. Boise State and San Diego State both 4-0 atop the conference. So if the Aztecs lose tonight, Bulldogs would have a chance to catch them potentially on Tuesday.
You're right. San Diego State's so tough at home, although they've had some interesting setbacks in non-conference play this year, and they're gettable. They're not unbeatable. They struggle a little bit at the offensive end, but again, they're a very good defensive basketball team. So Fresno State is going to have to match their intensity when they go to San Diego and match their defensive stops.
Paul Watson converts the first free throw. Dogs have shot 25 more free throws than the Spartans have today. Watson misses the second. 72-62 Bulldogs, 2:40 remaining. Spartans in a hurry. Hillsman right baseline calls time with 2:37 left. San Jose State still has 1 more timeout remaining. And I would imagine that this is that kind of picket fence moment for Dave Wojcik. If he really has Jimmy Chitwood in that huddle, then Ryan Wellage is the guy he's drawn up an opportunity here for, trying to get him free off the screen to continue that 3-point shooting. Wellage has scored 22. He's 4 of 10 from 3. All 4 of those threes coming in the second half after he missed all 6 in the first half. He is 1 point shy of his career best.
Well, in high school, he averaged 31 a game. He played on 2 state championship teams in Indiana. And
the Pirates of Greensburg High.
There you go. We call him Jimmy Chitwood. And for a guy coming in, he shoots 41% coming in, so he's no fluke. That's 41% from downtown. So he's capable of knocking down the 3. But Fresno State is, and certainly Cullen Russo has got a weight advantage on him. One of the things Welch is going to have to do in the offseason is get in the weight room and get a little bit bigger and stronger.
Spartans throw a lob for Clark, who leaps in the paint, catches it, powers back up against Jones, missed it, but tips his own miss back in for 2. Brandon Clark, the freshman, using those springs to put 2 on the board. Spartans within 8, 2:25 left, and the Bulldogs will try to play some keep away and kill some clock. Harris with it near midcourt. Onwas backing off of him. Plenty of time on that shot clock as Marvell content to let it wind off. Facing up Onwas, 12 to shoot, 11, shake and bake, crossover dribble, and what's the call? Offensive foul on Jones, clearing Wellage out underneath. Harris was going to take the defender and go right to the hoop, and Torrin Jones negates that opportunity as he picks up his 3rd personal, and the Spartans get it the other way.
Good job by Wellage staying in front of him down in the paint, and Torrin tried to clear him out. Wellage able to force a turnover and give the Spartans another opportunity.
Dogs have Cullen Russo on Wellage, trying to use that length on the perimeter and make it hard for the freshman to get a clean look. Hillsman will try from the left wing for 3. Short off the front iron, batted in the air by Clark. Harris goes to the sideline, saves it to Guerrero, lands on a couple young ladies in the first row, and then Caesars fouled after he got the ball. Nice hustle by Harris. He wasn't sure who the ball was going to be called off of, so he said, hey, I can get it, I will.
Well, you got to do that. If you're not sure, you should go out and you get it. The only negative is he tipped it back toward the basket that San Jose State was going to. Unfortunately for the Bulldogs, it came right to Guerrero, and Caesar will go to the line. Normally a real good foul shooter. I know he's 1 for 2 tonight, but he's been one of the better foul shooters in school history when he's at the stripe.
Spins it in the hand, takes a look. The high archer, nothing but net. 5 points for Guerrero. Bulldogs might end up shooting 4 times as many free throws as the Spartans.
You think Dave Wojcik knows that?
Well, but if he looks at his shot selection, they took 28 threes in this
right.
game, so that's part of the explanation. But yeah, I'm sure he does know it, and I'm sure he'll talk to the refs about it.
Right.
Guerrero gets them both. 10-point Bulldog lead, 1:45 left. Hillsman outside the 3-point line, guarded by Watson, driving on Paul, collides with Jones, no foul call, and the ball out of bounds to San Jose State. They say it's off Torrin Jones. Spartans will try again. You surprised that we haven't seen Wellage touch the ball the last couple possessions?
Well, Russo's done a nice job of overplaying. It's difficult for him to get his hands on it.
Onwas wants to get it to him. Wellage posting up, left baseline, has it, is back to the hoop. Russo guarding him, turns, shoots over Cullen, makes it, plus a foul. What a job by this Spartan freshman today. He's got a new career high with that bucket, can add to it at the line. And it's not all threes. He shows that craftiness. He's got the game of a much more experienced player. A lot of polish on the game with the man with the slender frame at 6'9", 200. Shrugs his shoulders at the line. Now to try to cut that deficit to 7. And he missed the free throw. Rebound to Cullen Russo of Fresno State, who has to save it to Torrin Jones. Bulldogs by 8, 1:25 to go. Marvell Harris wants the ball in his hands. He's already tied a season high with 26 points. He dribbles off time near midcourt. 12 to shoot 11. Hillsman 5 feet away. Now Wellage switches onto him. Harris weaving his way down the paint, draws contact, forces it up, didn't get the shot, but it'll go to the line. Marvell will end up shooting 11 free throws in this game, if not more. J.C. Hillsman called. That's number 4 on him. 2 Spartans have already fouled out. 3 of them have 4 each now. And Harris to try to pad this lead.
Like you just mentioned why Fresno State's probably going to win this game, and they're over 70, so I believe they will win the game. Their aggressiveness, getting to the basket, scoring inside, getting to the free throw line. San Jose just not able to stop the Dogs from getting to the cup.
A friendly roll gives Harris a new season high. Now one more. 28 for Marvell, 76-66 Fresno State, just over a minute left. But Willie hit 30, like we predicted in the pregame. Thornton curling his way to the hoop the other way, has the layup rim out. Clark the offensive board, spins under the hoop, his shot blocked, but he's fouled. And Brandon Clark, the freshman, will head to the foul line for San Jose State. Cullen Russo whistled for his third.
Brandon Clark is flat out impressive. Now, he's missed a couple shots late in the game I'm sure he'd like to have back. But he's so long and he's so athletic. Got good hands inside, tremendous springs.
And a double-double now as the freshman heads to the line and gets the first one around the rim and in. That puts him up to 11 points and 11 rebounds. He's 5 of 7 from the floor. Most of that right around the hoop. Got them both, 76-68. Dave Wojcik takes his final timeout with 56 seconds left. Bulldogs ahead by 8. And Rodney Terry will get to talk about strategy here too. The big part of it, Randy, is just don't turn the ball over. You should be fine, right?
Make your foul shots. Don't turn the ball over. Clock's now your buddy. So that's, you want to protect it. Don't turn it over. And you're probably going to get fouled, and you're going to get 2 shots each time because the Spartans are in the double bonus. So make those charities count.
We're sponsored by Grappetti Automotive Family. You can count on us. And by Dermanuel Insurance Group. More than your agency, your partner for success. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. 56 seconds remain in regulation. Fresno State leads San Jose State 76-68. You're listening to Bulldog Basketball.
Downs all year long, but what you like here is Fresno State's about to protect their home court. You got to win at home, and I know they lost one early to New Mexico, got one on the road at Vegas. But you want to win the games at home and try to steal them on the road.
Bulldogs have out-rebounded the Spartans 40-33. They've held San Jose State to 41% shooting. Now they need to get the ball in and get it across midcourt. Ball comes into Harris, guarded by Onwas. He avoids the trap, and there's a foul called on Hillsman, who just couldn't get out of Marvell's way. He was trying not to foul, even turned his back to him, but he kept moving into his path. Dave Wojcik doesn't like the call by Rob Kruger. Rob's felt the ire of both sides tonight, a frequent occurrence for a Division I referee, a thankless calling. But it sends Marvell Harris to the line with a chance at his first 30-point game of the year. And with Hillsman following out, Danny Mahoney, a sophomore walk-on, returns. 3 Spartans have now fouled out. Bulldogs can sympathize. They had 4 disqualified last time out in Boise.
Well, the Spartans are not thick. You got a lot of thin guys, young guys, and it's tough for them to defend at this stage of their careers. Obviously, they're better offensively than in recent seasons, but tough for them to get stops. Now, they're coming off a game against Wyoming where they did play well defensively, but they also got in foul trouble because, again, they just don't have that, upper body strength to contend with a lot of the teams in the Mountain West Conference. They're going to be in foul trouble a lot this year, San Jose State. It's going to be a growing experience, but San Jose State figures to get better.
Both free throws go for Harris. 30 points for Marvell, but the other way, San Jose State with another 3. Ryan Wellage knocking it down, and the Spartans commit a foul. Danny Mahoney will put the Bulldogs on the line with 41 seconds left. Ryan Wellage, 27 points, 5 of 11 from 3. Remember, he was 0 for 6 from 3 at halftime, so since halftime he hasn't missed out there. A perfect 5 for 5.
And
that's
again,
not easy to pull off.
No, you love the resolve. The fact that he wasn't, bummed about going 0 for 6 in the first half, just came out, continued to shoot, continued to make the ball go in for him from deep.
Cesar Guerrero just missed the first free throw. The Bulldog lead is 7 with 40 seconds left. The senior has 1 more. 30 points for Harris, a double-double for Jones. Now Guerrero has 7 as the second one goes. 79-71 Bulldogs with 40 seconds left. Thornton jogging it across the timeline, hands off to Wellage, poked free by Russo. Wellage gets it back. Wellage at the 3-point line, tries to split a double team, and a foul called on Russo. Cullen Russo picks up his 4th. Ryan Wellage will head to the line for 2 in the double bonus.
Another thing I love about Wellage, it's not only just Russo. Harris has been coming over there to help out, and Wellage stays composed, plays within his game, and is still scoring even against the double team.
He might end up with 30 as the freshman has the first free throw go in and out. He's now 0 for 2 at the line this afternoon. Well, it's going to be a fun rematch in San Jose.
This one's been fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you see how much firepower this improved Spartan team has this year as Wellage gets the second to drop. Bulldogs 79, Spartan 72, 31 seconds left. Inbound to Guerrero. Mahoney tried to reach out and foul him, didn't. Caesar weaves his way all the way into the forecourt. And the Spartans can't decide if they want to foul. Mahoney tried to grab him. The whistle hasn't blown, and now Marvell Harris has it. Marvell goes past Wellage, and he's whistled for a foul.
Waited too long, though. A lot of time came
18 seconds. Yeah. So that from the time it was inbound, that's 13 seconds that came off the clock.
Yeah, if you're committed to making the foul, make it earlier. Spartans waited way too long.
And if Harris makes even one of these, he's going to end up with the second highest point total of his Bulldog career. He had that 40-point outburst against Nevada, but he's never scored more than 30 in any other games. Senior sends it on its way and connects again. Might be within striking distance of Terrence Roberson in the next game Tuesday at San Diego State for third on the all-time list. Both good again for Harris. He's 12 of 15 at the line, 32 points, a 9-point Bulldog lead, 13 seconds left. Now Thornton doesn't look like he's in any hurry. Thornton still dribbling seconds off. Dave Wojcik saying, hey, what are you doing? Thornton drives, scoops it toward the rim, missed it, but what a putback. Brandon Clark again up in the air, hanging, catching, and finishing. And now the Bulldogs will walk the final seconds off and settle for a 7-point victory. Dave Wojcik, Spartans twice got within one in the second half, a half that saw him trail by as many as 19. But the Bulldogs made big shots when it counted and got enough stops, Randy, to survive.
Yeah, they did. They survived Ryan Wellage, who was phenomenal in the second half. And great tribute to San Jose State's young players to battle back and make it interesting, cut it all the way down, made it a one-possession game, and really threatened Fresno State. But then the Dogs, to their credit, Watson and Guerrero hit a couple big threes, and that repelled, San Jose State's rally, and give the Bulldogs credit for staving them off. You see the future talent at San Jose State, but you see the veteran experience of Fresno State.
It's a long conference season, 18 games before the Bulldogs pack their bags for